Now then, who hasn't had the frustration of phoning a call centre and not getting the answer you wanted? Well, for one charity in Norfolk, that's been an ongoing problem since Easter.
Their email account was in just one person's name, and when she left, they simply couldn't get anyone to solve their problems. That's when they turned to Anglia Tonight, as Tanya Mercer explains.
St Michael's Cottage Craft have been making wooden ornaments for almost 30 years. The charity teaches adults with learning difficulties new skills, and it's been quite a success.
St Michael's Cottage Crafts, good morning.
It's one of the UK's largest suppliers of its kind, but at Easter their email system went down. Canon Simon Stokes called the internet provider TalkTalk, but that's just what they wouldn't do. The problem was the account was in the name of an ex-employee, and they were the only person TalkTalk staff were allowed to deal with.
We've found over a number of months of trying to deal with TalkTalk that we just cannot get past the difficulty of the fact that she is the named person.
One option was to withdraw their contract, but the charity was worried it would lose the phone number they'd had for years. It's orders for objects like these that the charity relies on, but without its emails and its phone lines, suppliers simply couldn't get through.
The charity would struggle to survive if we didn't have the orders coming through to the craft workshop, and we would then cease to be able to do our main function, which is the work and support of adults with learning difficulties.
So Canon Stokes turned to Anglia News to see if we could help. When we contacted TalkTalk, they told us they'd like to apologise to Canon Simon Stokes for any inconvenience caused due to this incident. We are investigating this and hope to have a resolution shortly. And that's exactly what they did. So after several months of problems, the team's back up and running on email. And now the computer says yes, Canon Stokes says one of his prayers has been answered. Tanya Mercer, Anglia News, Norwich.
Well, if, like St Michael's, you have a cause you think we can help you with, then get in touch.
Yes, we were pleased to help there. The email address, it's on your screen now, Jonathan and Becky at ITV.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Now, a soldier based at Swanton Morley in Norfolk was today awarded the Military Cross by Princess Anne at Buckingham Palace. Captain Rowley Gregg of the Light Dragoons led a mixed troop of reconnaissance vehicles and soldiers during an operation in Afghanistan's Helmand province. His citation says Captain Gregg's courage, forthright leadership and determination to complete the mission in the face of heavy casualties were pivotal to the success of the operation.
One of the region's best-known publicans has died. Paul Whittam was owner of the Host Arms at Burnham Market on the North Norfolk coast. The pub was a favourite of celebrities such as Amanda Holden and Michael Winner. Paul had been fighting cancer. He died this morning with his family around him.
Now then, she's 77 and a lollipop lady in a Norfolk village, but there's something extremely special about ENA MALLETT.
She's just become the first woman in the world to gain a 7th Dan in her martial art. And Kate Prout went along to one of her classes in South Walsham.
ENA MALLETT, stalwart of the parish by day, professor of ju-jitsu by night. Septuagenarian she may be, but you wouldn't want to mess with her.
When she wants to be, she can be strict, but she's fair, but fun. Yeah, fun and fair. Yeah.
She's very firm, very fair, good fun, and I think she's an absolute inspiration.
There's no reason why we would think of her different. Being 77 it's not an issue at all. You know, she's just as good as any 40-year-old or 50-year-old, but she has more experience, of course.
Spirit Combat is based on jiu-jitsu and also incorporates ideas from karate, kung fu, aikido and Western boxing. ENA recently became the first woman in the world to reach 7th Dan. The highest possible is 10.
There are other women, but they're not as high or as old as me because they retire when they're probably about, 50, something like that, or even younger. And I just go on because I'm fit.
So one of the reasons that ENA got her 7th Dan is because she's been teaching for so long, for 23 years now. She claims she can teach anyone, so we'll see. OK, show me a move.
So if somebody grabs you by the hand, you put your hand over the top, grab your other hand and pull away.
I didn't quite realise, though, how much pain was going to be involved. All right.
Push away. Ah!
It will take another 8 years for ENA to reach 8th dan. By my reckoning, she'll still be a fighting, fit lollipop lady by the age of 85. Kate Prout, Anglia News, South Walsham in Norfolk.
I think Kate may need a few more lessons.
I suppose so, but if you see the little old lady coming at you with a finger like that, don't get anywhere near it.
Don't mess with her.
It's a painful finger. Now, the health service in the East is bracing itself for government cuts, we're told. The Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital will have to save around £30 million over the next year, having been asked to shave 10% off its annual budget. It's all part of a £20 billion national recovery programme, and all hospitals have been asked to cut down on unnecessary costs. Patients have been told, however, it won't have a negative impact on their care. Now then, we've got a classic case of like father, like son for you, for a rising England rugby star who hails from Norfolk.
Nick Youngs won 7 England caps while playing for Leicester in the 1980s. Now his youngest son Ben is following in his footsteps, including a try on his first international start against Australia. Jonathan Blake has been to meet him.
Morning tea at the Youngs household. For parents Nick and Patricia, this is quality time at their farmhouse at Mannington in Norfolk. For younger son Ben, it's also a time to chill out after a season which has gone beyond all of his expectations.
I come back whenever I can and owe a lot to a lot of people that have helped me through my career, and especially a lot of them are here in Norfolk. So it's lovely to come back, and this is where I grew up, so no place to relax like home, so it's brilliant.
6. He didn't look...
A day out at Yarmouth races, one of the things he's been able to enjoy during his brief stay at home. Ben is not yet 21 and is still wondering how his transformation from squad player at Leicester to international try-scorer for England has come so quickly.
When I got the phone call, obviously I was very surprised, but at the same time, just delighted to have been thought of, and sort of as an opportunity to sort of go down there and show what I could do. Obviously you've got to try and stay there now, and I think that's going to be the hardest part. You've got to consistently play well, and I think a lot of people will expect things from you now and expect you to perform week in, week out, where it's not quite as easy as that, and I wish it was. So a huge amount of different pressures this year, and just how you deal with it. But I'm sure I'll get advice of many people, and hopefully I'll be in good stead, but we'll see.
Ben may be playing for the Premiership champions, but his career was forged in Norfolk, from school through junior clubs Holt and North Walsham and Eastern Counties, before joining his older brother Tom at Welford Road.
He's been awesome. I can't speak highly enough of him, and we're really, really close brothers, and to have him there obviously helps me no end and takes a lot of pressure off, and when I need reflecting and sort of speak to someone, he's the guy I go to, so it's been a huge help for me anyway.
So no lack of talent from Ben Youngs on the rugby field, although it seems he has a lot to learn from his mum when it comes to picking winners at the races. Jonathan Blake, Anglia News, Great Yarmouth.